Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this on-demand presentation. My name is Allison Jensen, and I'm the Marketing Manager for Compu-Mail. In this presentation, I'll be talking about the advantages of using a Document Transformation Engine, or DTE, which is a proprietary system of Compu-Mail's for mail production services. I'll explain more about what a DTE is specifically in a few minutes, but I wanted to start off by saying that its purpose is to make customer and member mailed communications safer and more secure while saving your organization time and money. For most insurance, healthcare, and health insurance providers, we know that customer communications are critical to your business, but they're not the core of what you do. And rather than spend your valuable time developing and producing your mailed messages, your goal should be on providing solutions to your customers and members. And when your existing workflow produces required physical or mailed member communications, our document transformation engine can help to assure accurate, timely, and cost-effective production of those member communications. I'll explain more about what all of this looks like in the presentation. Now, I'll move into some housekeeping items. First is the agenda. Topics that we'll be covering in this session include about Compu-Mail, what is a document transformation engine, or DTE, some examples, 5 advantages of using a DTE, I'll show you a case study, I'll leave you with some final thoughts, and then I'll give you some information about a free consultation. For anyone that might have also downloaded our white paper, a lot of this information might sound really familiar. I know that this topic can seem complex when you're new to it, so sometimes it might be easier to hear about it than read about it, so hopefully you'll find this valuable as well. If you have any questions for us, our email address will be available on the last slide, and you can reach out to us at any time. So, since I'm talking about a proprietary system of Compu-Mails, I wanted to provide an overview of who we are for those of you that might be unfamiliar with us. Compu-Mail works with progressive marketers to increase customer spend by helping them talk to their customers, their donors, their members, their patrons in a way that their competition isn't. We serve a variety of industries, including insurance, healthcare, health insurance, retail, education, nonprofit, casino gaming, financial, and others. We made our start as a data services provider, and we have since become a secured, full-service, one-to-one direct marketing company. We have many certifications for data security and privacy, including SOC 2, Type 2, and SOC 3. We're a USPS full-service mail service provider with USPS Mail Anywhere status, and we are also fully HIPAA compliant. So what is a DTE? As I mentioned in my introduction, the Compu-Mail Document Transformation Engine, DTE, is our proprietary system for mailed documents. I know that probably sounds complex, but it's actually a pretty simple process that includes taking document files for critical written communications that are sent to us by our clients and using the DTE to create efficiencies for them. So the efficiencies are created by adding 3 barcodes: member verification for HIPAA compliance, postal automation for lowest rates, and document match assurance to maintain customer and member integrity for multiple communications. Here's an example of what a communication might look like before and after the DTE. So you can see here that we added some codes to the piece on the right. So we've got this barcode here on the left side. That's for document match assurance to maintain integrity for multiple communications, making sure that Sally's information doesn't end up getting mixed in with John's information, vice versa. We've got this little code here kind of in the middle. That's for member verification for HIPAA compliance. So we have what we call intelligent inserters. So every time pieces are inserted into an envelope, we've got these tiny little cameras that scan these codes, read these codes, and they check to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. Again, making sure that Sally's information isn't with John's information, making sure that all of the pages are accounted for, nothing's missing, and different things like that. Then we have this intelligent mail barcode, or IMB, here at the bottom underneath the address. That's what allows for postal automation, which gets you the lowest rates by having everything streamlined and accounted for the post office. So, why use a DTE? The main benefit is to enhance your customer communications without you having to do all the work yourself, saving you time and money. But there's also 5 other advantages that we'll cover today. The first advantage is to ensure that no costly mix-ups are made. When you're providing insurance, healthcare, or health insurance, we know that data security is a key aspect of your job. Document automation adds an additional layer of document integrity to ensure that customer data is always sent to the right person. Like we were just talking about, the DTE adds the secure barcodes that are used in the automated document process, and they make sure that each page matches up to where it needs to go. Again, going back to the example of Sarah and John, if anything were to get mixed up, that could be, a huge HIPAA violation. So the DTE helps avoid those situations. The second advantage is to save on compliance, labor, equipment, and software costs. Investing in your own document automation software can be incredibly expensive, especially on top of the time and resources that you probably already invested into your own HIPAA compliance and other data certifications. So rather than add additional expenses for document production, including software, working with a service provider that already has that framework in place, like Compu-Mail, will allow you to find production efficiencies. That's because providers like us already have the software, equipment, trained experts, and security requirements in place for you. And when you work with a direct mail fulfillment provider that has SOC 3 certification, you can rest easy knowing that your data is always secure from transfer to production to mailing, just every step of the process. The third advantage of the DTE is postage and production efficiencies. When you work with a USPS full-service print and mail service provider like Compu-Mail, you unlock additional postage and production efficiencies that you might not be able to achieve on your own because of our relationships with the USPS and the way that we process mail. In 2020, postage rates have ranged from about 39 cents to 44 cents for first-class automation, about 26 cents to 30 cents for standard automation. New rates were recently announced for 2021, which we'll be sharing in an upcoming webinar of ours soon. I'm sure that you can guess where they're going, up. So anything that you can do to reduce that cost helps. Our DTE also allows us to identify important software investments to be made so you can enjoy our economies of scale. Another advantage is improved deliverability. Once a mailing list has been run through National Change of Address, or NCOA, Coding Accuracy Support System, or CAS, and other mailing software, your list will be returned to you so you can update your database. When you take the time to ensure that your customer and member information is accurate and up to date, it improves deliverability rates, with less mail being returned due to incorrect or outdated address information. The final advantage that we'll share with you today is working from home uninterrupted. We know that your work environment is probably a lot different now than it was at the beginning of this year. But for us, it doesn't matter where you or your team are working from. When there's a DTE in place, everyone can upload their customer mail communication list to a secure site, which can be batched together and processed to maximize efficiency and reduce costs. So those are 5 key advantages of using a DTE. Now, I'd like to share a case study from a regional nonprofit health insurance plan provider that's been working with us. They hired us to produce their critical customer and member communications, and their programs include welcome kits, member guides, plan coverage updates, provider portal information, product updates, event invitations, and many other critical communications. This health insurance plan provider has saved 15% in overall costs. So everything that I was saying earlier, those production efficiencies, the postal efficiencies, they really have helped this provider save money this year. So in closing, I will leave you with some final thoughts. A document transformation engine helps you avoid costly mix-ups. It helps save on compliance and software costs. It helps you enjoy postal and production efficiencies. It improves your deliverability. It allows you to work from home uninterrupted, and it has the potential to save 15% on overall costs. The ultimate goal of document automation services is really just to save you time and money so that you can spend more time focusing on that core of your business, the customer and member services. We don't want you to have to spend most of your time on the marketing or worrying about your marketing. We want to make it easy for you. We want to do the heavy lifting for you, and we want to help you serve more of your customers. If anyone is interested in learning more or speaking to a Compu-Mail representative, I'd be happy to set up a consultation for you. I'll skip to this last slide here. Here's our email address and our phone number. You can contact us at any time. Again, feel free to reach out with any questions, any comments, anything you might need help with, and we would be more than happy to address those. Thank you so much for listening to this on-demand recording.